Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, I will cover two topics in this lecture: number and status, adad and airaab. So let's start. First, I want to introduce you again these airaab and adad. As I already discussed about these airaab in the lecture 1, but I will discuss again. In airaab, there are three categories. The first one is raf'un, next one is nasbun, and then jarrun. All these three names are very unfamiliar for you, but don't worry, they are so simple and very easy topic, and I hope you're gonna love this topic. You will love it, inshallah. You will enjoy this topic, inshallah ta'ala. And for the other, there also fall three categories fall in this one, the other, and two is very easy. And as all we know that the first one is the singular, which is mufradun, and the jam'un means plural. Only one thing which we don't know as a English speaker is the musanna, which means dual. This is new thing for us, but I already explained the lecture 1, and I'm going to explain you this again little bit, because you should know what is musanna. But in this lecture, in the this part 1, we will detail we will discuss the mufradun, and just little bit explanation about these all things. Mufradun singular means any one thing will come in the category of the mufrad, and any two things is it fall come in the category of the musanna dual. And 3 plus means any three things or more than three. These things it will come in the category of the plural. As for the English speakers, we have only two categories. Either it can be a plural, either it can be a singular, or the it can be the plural. There is no any category for the dual. For the plural, for the English speaker, two things or more than two things fall in the category of the plural. But in Arabic is little bit different, where there is one more category for the dual, for the musanna, which is two. Any two things will come in the category of the dual. So now I will discuss for the airaab now. Rafa, these names you should know: Rafa'un, Nasbun, Jarun, or you can say Rafa, Nasab, Jar. Okay, but before going that, I want to introduce you some harakat, which is very important to understand the airaab. Okay, which is important for how we can say that which is Rafa, which is Nasab, which is Jar. So before going to explain the Rafa, Nasab, Jar, you all should know the harakat. And these harakat are: the first one is dhamma. In Urdu language, we say pesh, and this is the sign of the dhamma. Basically, it is the sound. It is a sound, is a short vowel. We can say it is a sound that how we have to pronounce the letter. We have to round our lips to pronounce the letter for pronouncing the dhamma. And the next one is the fatha. In Urdu is called zabar, and this is the sign of the fatha. And the last one is the kasra, and this is the sign of the kasra. These all signs, these all harkat can be the double. It can be the double dhammatain. It can be the double fatha, fathatain, and it can be the double kasra, kasratain. And these all double harkat is called tanween. Okay, so all these for today's lecture, these harkat are very important. Either it can be a single harkat or it can be a double harkat. The both fall can be fall in the categories. And how it can be, let's start. Airaab status. It is basically the case ending, how the word ends, on which harka it ends. Vowel harka of the last letter. Okay, this is very important point. You have to notice only the haraka of the last letter. Okay, of course the word consists on minimum three letters. It can be more than three. It can be 4 letters, 5 letters. So what you have to notice at the moment, you have to notice for the Arab, especially if you want to know what's the Arab of this word, you have to check the last letter, how it finish, on which haraka it finish. Okay, if the last letter finish on the dhamma, it will come in the category of the rafa. You will say it's rafa word, is marfu word. The case ending is rafa. The status of the word is rafa. Okay, if the word finish on which letter? Which haraka? Sorry, the haraka should be the should be the dhamma. It can be the single dhamma or it can be a double dhamma. Doesn't matter. It can be a single or it can be a double, but it should be dhamma. No fatha, no kasra. Okay. And if any word finish on the last letter finish on the fatha, it can be the double or it can be a single. Same thing I'm repeating, but I want to saying again and again just to keep in just to memorize that you should know that these things. So it will come in the category of the nasab mansub. You will say that this word, if you saw the last letter and on the fatha, so you, if I ask you what's the i'rab of this word, so you will say it is mansub, or you can say it is nasab. Okay, any word you can choose is totally up to you, is accusative, is nominative. And for the English speaker, I know that mostly people, they even the nominative, accusative, these words are very unfamiliar for them. They will say we normally we don't use these words in our daily life. So don't use these I don't recommend that you use these English words. As because we are learning the Arabic, we should know the Arabic words, Arabic terminology. And the last one, if you saw the last haraka has the kasra on it, then it will come in the category of the jar. You will say that this word is majroor. The i'rab of this word is jar. Okay. So, and for the English is called genitive. These harakat, 3 harakat and 3 i'rab. Rafa is means they should be the word will finish on the dhamma. And the nasab means the word will finish on the fatha. And jar means the word will finish on the kasra. And I will repeat again, it can be either a single harka or it can be a double harka. It can be the both of any one of them. Okay. Okay, now I will give you the chart for it. There are, for because I told you that in this lecture we will discuss only the singular mufradun mudhakkar. I will discuss first, then we will discuss the mufrad muannas. So there are 3 categories: rafa, nasab, jar, marfu, mansub, majroor. And I'm going to give one word: muslimun, musliman, muslimin. These 3 words I wrote. If you notice, the haraka, look, the first letter has haraka, second letter has the haraka, the all 4 letters, there are 4 letters altogether. All these 4 letters have the haraka on top of it. On it can be dhamma, it can be fatha, it can be kasra, it can be jazm. I didn't discuss about jazm because at the moment you don't need to I don't want I want to explain to you, I don't want to make too much for you. So what you have to do for the i'rab, as I already mentioned, that you have to look only the last letter. You don't need to look on the other letters. Okay, don't look at what is the haraka of the first. No, you have to look on the last letter only. Last letter here is meme. Okay, and this is ending of the meme is dhammatain, double dhamma, the double dhamma. So it means it is rafa. How we know that? If I say what is the i'rab of the muslimun, so you will say it is marfu because the last letter finish on the dhamma, or you can say the case ending of the muslim is the dhamma. Same like that, the next one musliman, so this one finish on the fatha, so you will say it is mansub word. It is the i'rab of this word is mansub or nasab. Now you will notice that you will say that the meme is done in this one. Meme is not the last letter, it is the second last. The last letter is alif here. I will discuss this about alif in the next slide, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, let's go to the next one now. The jar. Look, the Muslim word, now it is muslimin. This meme now has kasra, so it means the i'rab of this word is majroor. The all case ending of all these words, the word is same, muslim, 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 but how we were going to pronounce it, this the haraka will tell us that how we have to pronounce this word. Okay, so these things, this haraka will tell us the which is the i'rab of this word. Muslimun is marfu, musliman is mansub, and muslimin is majroor because of the, and we know all this about because of the haraka of the last letter. Now next I will give you some more examples. Kafirun, kafiran, kafirin, sadiqun, صادقا, صادقين. And look at the in the green column, they both kafirun and sadiqun. They both finish on the rafa. They both finish on the dhamma, so it means it come in the category of the rafa. They are marfu words. The i'rab of this word is marfu or rafa. Look in the middle one now, kafiran and sadiqan, and same thing. I will tell you that don't worry about this alif. You will say that the last letter is the alif, but don't worry about it. I will discuss this in the next slide. You just look in the before it, because alif has no haraka on top of it. Did you notice that this alif in all of this one, it has no any haraka on top of it, and before that one there is a haraka, so we have to notice this haraka. Okay. Kafiran sadiqan, it finish on the on the haraka on zabar, because it's my Urdu language, so it finish on the fatha. Okay, it finish on the fatha, so it means it is the mansub. Next one, kafirin sadiqin, so it finish on the kasra, so it is majroor. These both words are majroor. The case ending of this word is jar. And you must have to notice that on the rafa and the majroor, on the jar columns, they don't have alif. Only the mansoob column has the alif in the end. Only the mansoob column has the alif. Look, in the rafa column, there is no alif in the end. In the majroor column, there is no alif in the end. So what's the reason that why the mansoob column has the alif in the end without any haraka? It's only alif. There is no any haraka on top of it. So let's learn what's the reason. Okay, mansoob ism should, I can't see this one because there is on my screen there is something. On the mansoob ism should have the alif, because with the two fatha at the end. It must have the alif, okay, with two fatha. It's very important that it's not single fatha, it's two fatha. Okay, it must be two fatha in the end, then you will see the alif with it. Like the words kitaban, masjidan, naran, hisaban. All these words, if you see the alif in the end, but before the alif, what did you notice? All these words have double fatha before the alif. Okay, double fatha, not the single fatha. Single fatha doesn't have this rule. Single fatha doesn't have, you will not see the alif with the single fatha. You will see the alif with only the double fatha. Okay, fathatain. So this is the rule of the Arabic, that you must see the alif with the double fatha in the end. Okay, but except two cases, there is only two exceptions here, that you will see the double fatha in the end, but there will be no alif. There will be no alif. What these two exceptions words are? In two conditions that in which alif will not be there. And the one condition and the second condition, the first one is the words ending on the round ta. Those words that end on round ta, tai marbuta, they will have the double fatha in the end, but you will not see the alif with it. Okay, this is the exceptional case, that you will not see alif either. You will not see the alif, but you will see the double fatha. Next example is ayatan. So what you see that there, you see the double fatha, but there is no alif. And next condition is words end on alif and hamza together, like jazaan, samaan, and this is also the mad muttasil. Okay, and here what there is the other exceptional case, that you will see the hamza with the double fatha, but then you will not see the alif in the end of this word. Okay, you can say that there is already alif before it, so there is no option that there should be the alif in the end. So anyhow, these are only two cases, that if you see the ta marbuta in the end, or alif and hamza together in the end, then there will be no alif, extra alif in the end. Even you will see the fathatain in the end. Okay, only these two cases that you will not see the alif in the end. Except these two, the all words that will finish on the double fathatain, you must see the alif. Okay, except these two cases. All right. Now I will show you the mufrad muannas singular feminine examples. Muslimatun, muslimatan, muslimatin. Now you notice that uh, okay, the next row is here kafiratun, kafiratan, kafiratin, sadiqatun, sadiqatan, sadiqatin. I wrote all of these together, and now if I say what's the i'rab of the green one, the green column, because they all finished on the dhammatain, on the dhamma, I should say the dhamma because it can be the single haraka. At the moment I'm showing you the double haraka. So muslimatun, kafiratun, sadiqatun. The all case ending here is dhamma. So it means it fall in the category of the rafa marfu. They all are marfu words. Next, the next one is the all case ending is fatha. So it means it is mansub. And now here you notice there is no alif in the end. It is mansub. There is the two fatha in the end, but there is no alif in the end because it is the exceptional case that if you see the ta marbuta in the end, there will no be the alif exists there. Okay. And the next one is muslimatin. You see the kasratain, two kasra in the end. So it means they all words are majroor. They all in the halat jar. They all, the i'rab of this word is jar. So it's very easy and interesting topic. You're going to love this one, really. And now I want to explain you why these i'rab are so important. I want to go behind again just for more few things. If I say, if you can say that, what's the difference? Why we need to say that Muslim, if Muslimatun, it means a female believer. Okay, a female believer. So why this muslimatun has same meaning, muslimatan same meaning, muslimatin same meaning is same. Then why we need to change the haraka, why we need to change this i'rab? What's the matter? Why we have to change it? Why not they all can be the muslimatun? Why they all cannot be the all the muslimatan? Why we are changing the haraka? So this is very important. We should know that why these haraka are changing, because these haraka, the case ending the haraka of the last letter is most important. You can say that it is the backbone of the Arabic. Arab is the backbone of the Arabic. It's so much important because these Arab, these haraka, the haraka of the last letter will tell us the role or the function of the noun in the sentence. Okay. So now I will explain you why these Arabs are important. So I hope you will understand, inshallah ta'ala. I wrote a simple sentence in English. Zaid was writing a letter. If I say, what is the role here for the Zaid? For the English speaker, as you know that, because it's an English sentence. What's the role here for the Zaid? So I know that most of you will say that Zaid here is act here as a doer. He's doing an action of writing a letter. So he is a doer here. So Zaid here uh, is act here as a subject. Okay. In the next sentence, Zed's pen broke. Okay. Now, if I said, what's the Zed's position here? What's the Zed's role here? So I hope you will say that Zed's role here is as a possessor, because something belongs to the Zed. The pen belongs to the Zed. So it means Zed is act here as a possessor. Now the last one more sentence. If I asked, and the sentence is, first I read the sentence, teacher gave new pen to Z. And now if I said, what's the role here for the Z now in the sentence? So I hope you will give me the answer that now Z act here as a object, because the work done on the object, and in this sentence, the subject is a teacher, because teacher is giving something to the Z. Okay, teacher is who is giving the pen to the Z. So teacher, he's here, act here as a doer. Teacher is a subject, and the object is Z. So there are three positions here. Let me write this as well, the object. Okay. In English, look, Z, 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 same name, same noun. But in the first sentence is act as a subject. And how we know that is act as a subject? Because it come in the beginning of the sentence. In the beginning of the sentence, it means it act as a subject. And how we know that here Z act as a possessor? Because something is belongs to the Z. So as we that's why we know that Z act here as a possessor. And in this sentence, Z act here as an object, because we know that the subject here is a teacher and something is done on the object, which is the Z. But how we all know in Arabic now? Okay, we have to know this. How we will know these all roles, or how we know all these functions of Z in Arabic now? So it's very simple. If it is act as a subject, it will be marfu. It should be finished on the dhamma. Okay, it should not be the zaidan or zaidin. If it is subject, if it is performing, the name of the zaid is act as a subject, so it must be in marfu state. It must be in the marfu state. Okay, the i'rab of this word should be the marfu. So because of this case ending, because of this rafa state, it will tell, the rafa state will tell us that Z is act here as a subject, no object and no possessor. Okay, and in Arabic, how we will know that Z is act as a possessor? Then Z should be in the jar condition. Z should be in the jar state, in the majroor state. You will see the kasra in on the name of it. So it means when you see the noun with the kasra, it means it can be it is act here as a possessor. Okay, something belongs to the Z then. So these i'rab will tell you what's the role here for the Z. These i'rabs are so important. Okay, and the last one, if the Z is act here as an object, then it will be the mansub. It will be the mansub state. It will be in the nasab state. Okay, it will finish on the fatha, not the kasra, no dama. So what's the i'rab for the object? It must be the mansub, it must be the nasab. Then it means when you see the nasab state, but now I'm saying nasab state, you should know that nasab means fatha. When I say jar state, it means kasra. When I say dama state, so it means rafa state, so it means it's dama. Okay, so these case ending will tell us what is the role, what is the function of the noun in the sentence. And when we learn Arabic, and we know that it's so interesting that we know that, oh, here is dhamma in the end, so it means it will act as a subject. Oh, here is this noun finish on the fatha, it means it's mansub, so it means it act as an object. So when we translate it, it was so amazing. Okay. Next to the sentence here is Hamid hit Zaid. Okay, very simple sentence, only 3 words. So if I ask what's the role here for the Hamid, I must say that you know that it is a subject. Okay, and what's the role here for the Zaid? It is object, because Hamid doing act on the Z, the action done upon the Z. So it means Z act here as an object. And this in English, the words ordering will tell you what is the role of the noun. The first word, it means it is the subject, and the last one, it means it is the object, and the middle one, as you know, that it is a verb. And now if I change the positions of the words, if I bring the Z in the beginning and the Hamid in the end, so does it does it give the same meaning, or the meaning will change? Of course, meaning will be changed, because the nouns change their positions, noun change their place. So Z is in the beginning, so it means Z here in this sentence, Z act as a doer, as a subject, while the Hamid here act here now as an object. Okay, the translation will be totally changed. Now the doer is different and object is different. But what about the Arabic? I wrote same word, this sentence in Arabic, that Hamid hit Zaid, it means Daraba Hamidun Zaidan. Okay, so how we will know that which is subject here and which is object here? Daraba is a fail, is a verb, so put in the side. We will do the notice the nouns now. Hamidun, Zaidan, they both are nouns, so we have to know the position, the role, the function of these 2 nouns that which word is act as a subject, as a doer, and which word act here as a object. So which thing will tell us? In English we can say, we can guess these things because of the words ordering. Okay, if the first word, the word start the beginnings, it means it's a subject. But here, the case ending, the haraka of the last letter will tell us what's the role here for this noun. If you see the dhamma in the end, it means it's marfu. So marfu, it means it is a subject here. Okay. If you see the fatha in the end, it means it's mansub. So mansub means it is act here as a object. So Hamid is act here as a doer, as a subject, and Zaid act here as a object. Hamid is the doer who is hitting. Who hit? To whom? He hit to Zaid. Okay. Now, if I want to change the subject and want to change the object, okay, if I want to change them, so look at the next sentence. Daraba is in the same position. Hamid is even the same position. Zaid is even the same position. I didn't change the position of any word in the Arabic. In the English, I change Zaid. I bring Zaid in the beginning. In the first sentence, Zaid was in the last word, and in the second sentence, Zaid come in the first as a first word, and Hamid changed the position as well. What about the Arabic sentence? Hamid is still on the middle, Zaid is still on the last word. So how we will know that which is subject and which is object? Of course, the case ending. We will not notice the ordering of the word, we will notice the harka of the word. This is the difference between Arabic and the English, and this is the beauty of the Arabic. Even the words are not changed, words didn't change their place, but the meaning will be totally changed just because of the haraka of the word. Now, which is, if I ask which is the object, which is the subject here, Hamid or Zaid? So I hope you will give me the quickly answer that Zaidun, because it is in Rafa state, it is in Rafa halat. So it means Zaid act here as a subject. And Hamidan, it is Mansub, so it act here as a object. Even though in both sentences, they are on the same position. Hamid is still there in the middle, Zaid is still in the end. But the haraka is changed. Look, in the first sentence, it was Hamidun. In the next sentence, the second one, it was the Hamidan. Hamidun and Hamidan. So because of their airaab, because of the changing the airaab or the changing the state, this airaab changing will tell us the position, the role here of this noun is changed now. And we have to change the meaning. In the second sentence, it means Zaid hit to Hamid. And in the first sentence, Hamid hit to Zaid. Okay. So this is the beauty of Arabic, that we don't need to change the words positions. We will just change the haraka of the last letter. I want to explain you with this with little bit. This is the last slide that I'm going to explain with English and Arabic, and I hope you will understand this fully, inshallah ta'ala. So one more sentence, because in the last slide, if I go back, in this slide, they both are the proper name. They are the name, means they are the name of the persons. Hamid and Zaid, they both are the name of a person. But now in the next slide, one noun I use as the name of a person, and one noun I use as a different thing, is a thing, not a person. So what's here now? If I said what's the position of what's the function here for the Z, so I hope you will give me the answer that is a subject here. And what's the role here for the book? So book is act here as a object, because Zaid read a book. It means the Zaid is a doer. He's doing something on his, what act he's done, he done on the book. Okay, so book act here as a object. If I change this is the correct sentence. Okay, but if I change the position, the words ordering now in this English sentence, a book read Zaid. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make any sense. So, but in fact, it doesn't give you any meaning. It's totally wrong. So if I say what's the role here for the book, it means it's a subject because it came in the beginning of the sentence, and Zad is in the end. It act here as an object, so it doesn't make any sense. How can the book read to Zad? Okay, so it is wrong sentence. It doesn't make any sense. Next word, next sentence, I change the position again. Now the verb came in the beginning, then Z, and then book. Read Z, a book. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make any sense. So it is wrong too, because I changed the positions of the words. The words ordering is very irregular, is very different. It doesn't give you any meaning. But let's start Arabic now. And now we will change something. Qara'a Zaidun kitaban. It is the same meaning. Okay, Zaid, write a book. Qara'a, right? And Zaidun. This airaab position, what's the airaab here for the Zaid? It is marfu. This marfu condition tell us that it is act here as a subject. Zaid is a subject here. Zaid is who is a doer who is reading a book. And book act here as an object because it is mansub, because it is in nasab state. Now, what is the next sentence now? This is correct because it's totally fine now. Now I wrote one more sentence in Arabic. I changed the position. In the last slide, I didn't change the position. Remember, I said Daraba Hamidun Zaidan and then Daraba Hamidan Zaidun. I didn't change the position of the Hamid and Zaid. Hamid and Zaid was on the same position, but I changed the haraka on top of it. Okay. Now in this slide, I changed the positions now because I want to explain you in different way now. Okay. So I change the position. Look, Zaid is in the first sentence, Zaid is in the middle, and in the second sentence, Zaid is in the end now. Okay, and the kitaban in the first sentence, kitaban was the last word of the sentence, and here in the second sentence, kitaban is in the middle now, and kara is a verb, is a fail, so it is in the beginning. Okay, so does it change the meaning? Does it? We will see inshallah ta'ala. So what we have to do? We have to check the haraka. We will not check the position of the words in the Arabic. We have to check the haraka of the last letter of the word. So Zaid is a word, and what's the last letter of the word? The last letter has the dhamma on top of it, so it means it is marfu, and marfu means it act here as a subject. And kitaban, it is mansub, so it means it act here as an object. So it is still same, it is still give us the same meaning that Zaid read a book. It doesn't change the meaning, it doesn't change anything. Okay, still gives the same meaning as the first sentence, as the second sentence. They both are giving the same meaning. Still, even though I change the position of the words. Okay, even look in the English, I changed the position. It didn't give you any it doesn't make sense in the second sentence. Okay, now the third sentence, look at the third sentence. I change the position now again. Now the verb, the fi'l is in the middle of the sentence, and Zaidun is in the beginning of the sentence, and kitaban come in the last as a last word. Here kitaban was in the last word, and here in the middle, and here again in the last. I change the position. Okay, thoroughly I change the position of all the words. Does it give the same meaning or not, or does it give them very strange meaning? Let's see. So what we have to do, we have to check the haraka of the last letter. Zaidun is marfu, so it means it still will it is marfu because it is the ending, the case ending of the Zaidun is marfu, so it means it will act here as a subject. It will not change if it is finished on the dhamma. If the noun is marfu, so it means it act here as a subject. That's it. Simple. We have to check the haraka of the last letter. If it is marfu, if it will act here as a subject, doesn't matter what's the position of the noun. It can be in the beginning of the sentence, it can be in the middle of the sentence, it can be in the end of the sentence. The words ordering doesn't make any difference in the Arabic. Only the haraka which we have to notice. It will give us the clue, it will give us the knowledge that what is the role here for the word. And qara'a is a verb, and next is kitaban. Because it is mansub, so it means it act here as a object. So it is correct too. All three these three sentences are correct, and all these three sentences giving the same meaning. Zaid read a book. Meaning is totally same. Even I change the position of the words with same haraka. Okay, if I change the position, if I change the haraka, then of course the meanings will gonna change. Then the meaning gonna change. Okay, if I change the haraka of the words. So this is the beauty of the Arabic. I hope you enjoyed this slide. So this is I was trying to explain you why these haraka are so important. These i'rab are very important. Now do a little bit practice for these ones. If I ask you what's the i'rab here, what's the case ending, or what's the state here for the al-hajju, I hope you will give me the answers in very quick answer, that you can see the rafa in the end. The last letter ends on the rafa. So I'm saying rafa. Look, the last word end on the dhamma. So it means it's rafa, because you know why I say the rafa, because when we see the dhamma in the, it means it's rafa. So I'm doing from a long time, I'm doing these things. So I know that is I'm not saying that it's dhamma. I'm saying it's rafa because I know it's marfu. It's a rafa. Okay, that's why it comes on my tongue. Okay, and if I say what's the in the middle one, al hajja, and did you notice that now I give you the example for the single haraka. Okay, if I say what's the i'rab here for the al hajja, so I hope you, when you see the fatha on the top of the jim, I hope you will guess that it is a mansub. It is a mansub because there is a fatha on the top of the last letter. And the last one, al-hajji, it is majroor because the jim has kasra on it, so it is majroor. So this is how you will work, that you at the moment you just have you I don't expect that you say that which is doer, which is subject, which is object. No, this subject object I just explained you for the give you the importance of the for the harakat, that why harakat are so important. That's why I explained you the subject and non-object and these all things. But at the moment I just want you from you that you should be able to differentiate according to the haraka of the last letter, that you should be able that this is marfu, this is mansub, this is majroor. And why the first one is marfu, that you should be able that the case ending is dhamma, that's why it is marfu. Okay, now next one, if I say nafsun, so I hope you will give me the answer that it is marfu. Nafsin, it is majroor because there is a kasra. Yawman and shay'an. What's the i'rab here? I'rab here is mansub because it ends on the fathatain. And if I say why there is alif with both of these, so I hope you will give me the answer, because there is a double fatha in the last letter. That's why the alif must be there. Alif will exist there with double fatha. Okay. Next one is shafa'atun and adulun. And what's the i'rab here for these two words? So I hope you will give me the answer that they both are marfu because the case ending, because the state here is the dhamma, it ends on the dhamma. Okay, next, ar-rasula, it is mansub here. It is nasab. It is in nasab state. If I say why there is no alif, because in shay'an and yawman they are mansub as well. They both have the fatha on top of it, but there is alif, and here there is a fatha as well, but there is no alif with ar-rasul. So I hope you will give me the answer, because in ar-rasula there is a single fatha. It's not double fatha. When the double fatha will come, then the alif will exist there with it. Okay? Alif will only exist when there is a double fatha. With single fatha, the alif will not come. You will not see with it. Next, ar-rasuli, what's the i'rab here? Is majroor. Is in halat jar. Is in the state of jar. Homework time. Chalo, let's start now the homework. I will give you again the Suratul Ghashiyah. Okay, Suratul Ghashiyah. And last time, when what was your homework for the Surah Ghashiyah? I give you the Surah Ghashiyah that you pick up the mu'annas ism, the feminine noun. You have to know the which are the feminine noun, and now you have to check. You have to check the i'rab of these which already I circle. I didn't circle it, is in the rectangle position, but you have to check all these the words which I already mentioned, and with the red color, that you have to do. You can take the screenshot of for this screen, and then you have to do. Oh my god, I didn't change it. Wait a minute. um okay, what you have to make, there are three columns: marfu, mansub, and majroor columns. So whatever word you will see in Surah Al-Ghashiyah, which you see in the rafa state, in marfu state, you have to write in these columns, and whichever word you will see mansub, you have to write here, and majroor here. So this is your homework which you have to do for your practice, and you can see the solved homework in the description box, so you can check your homework by yourself as well, so that your answer is correct or not. Okay, I will give the correct, I will give you, I will inshallah, I will give the PDF for the solved homework in the description box. And one more thing I will add in the description box, which is the Google exercise. I will inshallah, I will make it today, the Google exercise, and I will also add it in the description box, so you can do practice on that one as well, which is more easy. Just you just have to click the correct answer and submit, and you can see your result as well. So this is that's it for the today. Inshallah, in the next lecture, we will do the musanna, inshallah ta'ala, the dual, inshallah, we will do. Let's start the dua. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.